Hello, my name is Erica J Holston, and I am a certified relationship dating coach. I help singles as well as couples reach their dating and relationship goals. And I am just so excited to be here with you today because we are going to talk about Gabby Citybee's engagement. Like, I am really excited for her. I'm glad that she found a guy that makes her happy and makes her feel joyful. And isn't that what some women want when it comes to getting engaged to a guy that you fall in love with and he makes you feel special and you didn't even know that a man could take that place in your life. And with the topic, we are going to talk about being a professional woman and entrepreneur. And you can feel like you are too independent for a man. So, for example, you can have your own house, your own car, you can have your own money, your own career, your own business. Like you are doing your thing. And because you're doing your thing and you just been on autopilot mode for so long, when a guy does come along that is qualified, sometimes it's just hard to create that space because you've been doing things for yourself or even for your family for so long. And so, this is what I call being too independent for a man because you don't necessarily know how to create that space. And I found something very interesting when Gabby Sedeby had put in her announcement that she was engaged to the gentleman that she's engaged to. And I want to share with you specifically what she said. She said, "He is the partner I thought I was too independent to need." And that right there just registered with me, not only as a woman, but the professional entrepreneur ladies that I help in order for them to reach their dating goals. And again, it's just because of possibly your upbringing, maybe because of the environment that you grew up in, maybe it's just because the college that you went to, or just the lifestyle that you have. And if you want to get married, you can go ahead and kick that independent word out of an engagement and a marriage because there are just so many key things that a man needs in order for him to know that he is wanted, that he is needed. And if all you do is say, only thing I need a man for is to have children, only thing I need a man for is to get married, only thing that I need a man for is for companionship because I have everything else. And I when I coach my clients, like this is some of the things that we talk about. And emotionally, a lot of women feel like they do need a man, but when it comes to those physical things, they don't feel like they need a man. And so I just want to talk about a well-roundedness when it comes to welcoming a man in your heart, welcoming a man in your space, as well as welcoming a man who can possibly help be the icing on your cake. So he's not your cake, but he's the icing to your cake. And so here is my first tip is, and I kind of already inch towards it, and that is that you have to create the space for a man to know that he is needed. If you don't create a space to let her know a man is needed in your life, he's just going to look at you like, okay, so we're compatible, we get along well, I love you, you love me. Let's say that you have went beyond the dating stage and you're in a relationship and you're possibly thinking about getting engaged, or he's possibly thinking about marrying you because you have everything together. But it's just that one thing that if, as a woman, you don't create that space to let a man know that I welcome you in every area of my life, if you don't create that space, he's going to think to himself, so what do you need me for? You have everything. You have the money, you have a car, you have a house, and I just feel like I am a puppet. So this is where, I help women to come into their femininity and just to welcome a man inside of their space. So, for example, let's say that you could, be on the fence a little bit about being emotionally available. So, if you're not emotionally available, but you have fun, but yet you're not letting him get close to your heart, he's going to feel like he's rejected. But when it comes to femininity and when it comes to being a woman welcoming in a man, you definitely need to be emotionally available. So, emotionally available could look like you forgiving your ex. Emotionally available could look like having in depth conversations and truly feeling and getting that authentic connection between the two of you and move beyond the surface conversations, because a man definitely needs to know that he has the space in your heart, but he needs to know that he can love you, not just have sex with you. A man needs to know that he can love you and that you would be able to receive his love. Because if he doesn't know that you'll be able to receive his love, he's going to say to himself, what does she need me for? My second tip is ask for his input. So you can't be such an independent woman and you say, I got this, I handle my own problems, I fix my own issues, and all I need a man for is to marry me, companionship, have children, or to go half on these bills. If that is your approach, and when issues come up or problems come up and you don't ever ask him for his input because all you want to do is handle everything, all you want to do is fix the problem, well, again, a man needs to know that you value his input. So, for example, a man loves to fix problems and he loves to fix issues. So, if you were driving down the street and let's say you get a flat tire, and when you get a flat tire, you just call AAA. Like, you don't even call your man, you don't even call your fiance, or you don't even call your husband. But when, the AAA person comes and they fix it, and let's say, you call your man after your tire is fixed, and he can say to you, like, well, why didn't you call me sooner? I could have come and helped fix your tire for you. I could have come to help you or to sit with you until AAA got there. And, he's going to question himself, like, is she going to handle everything? Is she not going to allow me to have the opportunity to be an input? Is she going to allow me to have the opportunity to fix her issues? And if you don't allow him to, again, come into your world, and if you just want to be so independent and say, I got everything. And when I really think about it as a certified relationship coach, if you are so independent, it could be a lack of you being able to trust him, or it could be a lack of being able to trust anybody. And so, if this is an issue and you are afraid to open up your heart again because you were previously hurt, or you are afraid to open up your heart again because you don't know how things are going to go, but you're just going with the motions of things, like that can definitely be a stumbling block. And that's not what you want. You would want to go into a dating experience with a guy that you are compatible with, that you can see if he is trustworthy. And if he is trustworthy, to be able to build upon those trust blocks. And when you are able to do that, you can, ask him, like, hey, what do you think about this? Or, hey, What do you think about that? And he's going to feel so good. Like, he's going to feel like he is your hero. He's going to feel like he can be your warrior. And that's what a man wants. A man doesn't want to think that you are just so independent that you can't actually ask him to help you. You can't ask him for his input. So, if you have any trust issues, I highly recommend that you get healed from that. Or if you would want to book a coaching session or enter one of my coaching programs, I would love to help you with that. So, for example, if you were hurt from a previous relationship and the guy, your ex, didn't treat you right and he broke your heart, whether he was lying or cheating on you, and you put a wall up in your heart and said, like, I will never trust a man again. And so if you say that, your word is true, because you are what you think, you are what you feel, and you can be what it is that you say. And it's just so important just to have all those things aligned. And so if your ex has hurt you and you have a trust issue and you're just so independent and you just handle everything, that in order for you to get healed, like, you need to be able to acknowledge that. In order for you to get healed, you are going to have to go in a place within and to ask yourself, like, why is this making me feel this way, or to figure out, like, what are your triggers, or just be able to talk about it and to feel a new release. Because when you talk about things, like, it makes you feel so much better. But if you are able to get the clarity and the understanding, like, why you feel the way that you do, how come those things that you could be harping on those things, or why, when it comes to open up your heart, or allowing a man to come into your space, or allowing a man to do things for you, why you won't allow him to do anything. Like, it's just so healthy just to be able to talk about things, to work those things out. And when you are able to either forgive your ex, or you are able to move past certain things, that you will be able to see a new connection in your relationship or in your engagement. And it's just so important, because I'm sure you want to be happy. I'm sure you want to have real love and true love in your life, especially if you meet a good guy, especially if you meet a man who wants to love you. And so these are, some tips and some suggestions that I have for you. And I want you to know that, when you feel a connection with someone, when you can, trust a guy, when you can know that you can be yourself and you can be free with him, like, there is not a better feeling in the world. And I'm a wife. I've been married for 8 years, and marriage has its ups and downs. But I will say is that the more that you are able to be vulnerable, to trust each other, and to build your relationship skills as well as your relationship tools, like, it is just so rich. And like, being happily married, it just makes life so worth it, right? And so number 3 is that, if you are an independent woman and you don't create that space for a guy, that when you don't make if you make him not feel wanted, that he could just check out. And that's what you don't want. So again, always make a guy feel welcome. And if you get into an argument, or if you get into a disagreement, like, always have an open conversation and be warm and be gentle. Now, I'm not saying that he could have not done anything wrong. I'm not saying that he should not be held accountable. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't take responsibility for his actions. But as a woman, a feminine woman, it is just so important to be open, welcoming, and gentle. And when you are those things, that a guy appreciates, a man appreciates that so much, and it actually captivates him. And that's what you want. You want to be able to captivate a man. You want him to know that he could trust you, especially if you are marriage minded and you want to become married someday. Because if you do, that it is just so important to be able to do these things. So my name is Erica J Holston. I'm a certified relationship and a dating coach. I hope that you found this video to be very beneficial. I do have a Honey Love Dating Academy where I teach entrepreneurs and professional women to set dating goals and to use their dating tools to attract Mr. Right. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.